Hello there, Pokemoshpitbeta. My name is GoodwillBBQ, and I am bringing you my first ever upload to this channel. I'm a relatively new YouTuber, so I don't have very many subscribers yet, but I'm hoping to get a few from here. Anyways, I got a cool OU battle, Weather War, which I'm not personally not a fan of, but this one's actually pretty good. We spend the entire battle trying to be the dominant weather. Um, so anyways, my team is a pretty standard rain team with a defensive Politoed, a choice scarfed Thunderous, a life orbed um, Tornadus, a hazard setting rapid spinning Fortress, and an unaware Quagsire with Earthquake, Scald, uh, Recover, and Toxic. And I've got a life orb mixed Sharpedo with Ice Beam, Crunch, um, Hydro Pump, and something else. I don't remember. But anyways, my opponent's got a pretty threatening team. He's just standard stun with Heatran. Uh, Looks like to be a choice banded Scissor and probably a choice Scarf Terrakion. Obviously a Chlorophyll Venusaur and a Dragonite. That's probably a Dragon Dancer like most of them are. Um, so yeah, without further ado, let us begin this battle. Man, I always forget to say who my opponent is. My opponent is cabforpitt, someone who I met on Reddit. Anyways, I don't know what he's going to lead with, so I lead with my choice scarfed Thunderous to, Volt Switch out to an appropriate counters. He leads with his Ninetales. So I Volt Switch into my Politoed as he Will-O-Wisp me, which kind of sucks. I just go for the Scald because I'm hoping he's going to stay in, but I hit the Venusaur and I get a burn, which is really nice. So he switches out, and I'm not oh, he switches out to get his weather up, of course, as I switch out into my Fortress, because I think I can set up on this Venusaur. But no, no, no. He brings in his Ninetales, and I'm going to be a little ballsy and stay in and go for the rocks, as he reveals he is the Sunny Day set, predicting me to bring in my Politoed. So now I bring in my Politoed, because I know he's going to use a Fire move. And I made a horrible mistake here. I should have used Toxic, but I don't know what I was doing. So instead he gets to set up his Sunny Days. I do absolutely nothing with my Scald. So now I'm threatened out by Solar Beam or, Energy Ball, whatever Ninetales carry. And so I go into my Fortress just to take it. Because if you look at my team, everything is frail. It's basically meant to set up the rain and then just sweep. So, I have to sack my Fortress. But, had to be done. So on my free switch in, I decided to bring in my Thunderous just to scare it out with the Volt Switch as he brings in his Scizor. Like I said earlier, this is probably banded. Look how much my Volt Switch does. That is promising. So I bring in my physically defensive Quagsire, which takes a lot from that U-turn. So I'm expecting him to switch into his Ninetales, so I go for Earthquake after the U-turn, but he brings in his Balloon Heatran. And so now I'm just going to, I don't know if he predicts that or not, but it'd be a good prediction. So I'm just going to go for the Scald to break his Balloon as he brings in his Venusaur. And now I'm fearing the Grass move. So I switch out into my Thunderous, who ends up taking a Sludge Bomb and taking a large amount of damage from it. Luckily the sun isn't up, so I know I can outspeed. And I go for the Volt Switch and decide to bring in my my Tornadus because it outspeeds his entire team unless something's scarfed. So he brings in his Scissor on my Tornadus, and I don't want to take the Bullet Punch because he's frail, so I go back into my Quagsire. So I'm expecting to switch, and I go for the Toxic on the switch, which is, nice play. Nothing on my team wants to take a close combat for this, so I have to leave in my Quagsire to die. On the off chance I live, I go for a Recover. May have been wiser to go for the Scald, but I honestly didn't think I was going to live anyway, and I was hoping if I did live I could recover some. So he takes me out after the second close combat. Take some poison damage as I bring in my Scarfed Thunderous. I don't know what he's going to do, so I'm just going to Volt Switch and bring in my, once again, my Tornadus just because I'm faster. So, unfortunately for him, he doesn't know that I carry the Hidden Power Ice, so I do that and just one-shot his Dragonite. So there goes a rather large potential threat that did absolutely nothing. So it brings in the Scizor. I take the Bullet Punch not very well, but I know I can take one and I can just fire back with whatever attack I want, and then switch out with my Regenerator. and get all my health back. So on his free turn, he brings in his Ninetales, and I have to have something take a move, and I decide the thing I want dead is my Thundurus. So after my Thundurus dies, I bring in my Politoed, and now I make the right play in Toxic as he Sunny Days. That's finally made that choice. So now I have to sack something else to this Ninetales, and I decide I don't need my Sharpedo because I've got my, oh sorry, I Protect Stall him. Then I decide that I don't need my Sharpedo because I've got my Hurricaneatus that can just destroy everything with the Hermit Cane. So I do just that, switch into my Sharpedo as he makes a valiant effort to live and does not. So well done, Sharpedo, well done. On my free turn, I bring in my Tornadus because I know I can outspeed, and I'm predicting him to bring in his Heatran. Well, actually, I mean, I went for Superpower because I know it would kill either his Ninetales or his Heatran. So his last Pokemon's his Heatran, and I don't know if at -1 I can take it out, so I switch back into my Politoed to take whatever attack is going to go for. I expect it to die, but, you know, it looks to be Hidden Power Ice, which doesn't really matter. I live this Earth Power as I go for the Scald, which he lives too, so, you know, living at 1% is like bosses. And I die to the burn that he set upon me eons ago, as I bring in my Tornadus and kill it with Superpower to be flashy. So that was the match. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you gotta do. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good one.